Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, as usual. Back on Arena for the last video in my little contest giveaway series. Been playing a ton of Arena this week. Probably going to play a bunch more next week when the ladder resets and I got to climb up to Mythic again, but we'll cover that next week. Anyways, for the last video of this little series, I didn't really know what to play. In Historic, I bounced around with the idea of a Spirits deck, but it just never really felt good to me. I feel like Historic needs a few more Spirits to really make this deck tick. We need things like Mausoleum Wanderer, Spell Queller, obviously, and Selfless Spirit. All cards that were printed fairly recently, within the last 4 years, I guess, but they're not quite in Arena yet. Maybe going forward we'll get some of them, especially Mausoleum Wanderer and Spell Queller, of course. But I think if we get those, then Spirits will certainly become a dominant power in Historic. So maybe Wizards will be a little cautious about doing that. So this is a deck. I've messed around with it a little bit, but I don't like it. So instead of playing this deck, I'm going to play a similar deck. I'm going to play a Bant Flying deck. Now, has a lot of the same cards. We're playing the Eagle that's going to give +1/+1 to all of our flyers. We're playing Spectral Sailor, which is a great little 1 CMC creature that allows us to draw cards later on in the game if we have excess mana. And then Watcher of the Spheres, which is another card that I've kind of messed around with in Spirits. I'm not sure if I like it in that Spirits deck yet, but in this deck, it's pretty sick. So here is the deck. I'm going to take it for a spin in a little bit. I don't think there's really much to say about it. It is a collected company deck, so all of our creatures are 3 CMC or less, and then all of our creatures are just doing really great things. Archon of Emeria is preventing people from casting too many spells on one turn. Sunwing is going to make creatures come in tapped. Redain, taxing the opponent a little bit. We got Bounce with a little bit of aggression with the Brazen Borrower. Linvala for protection. A little bit of ramp here. Aggression, and protection. So the deck is cool. Oh, sideboard does exist. Sideboard looks pretty good. So this is a deck. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about it at the end with a little bit of a wrap up. But for now, I'm just going to jump into some games. But before I do that, today is the last day for your chance to enter the contest for your code to get these sleeves. The last 5 videos went out on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I took a break yesterday. Today is the 5th video in that series, so make sure you go back, comment on all those videos. There aren't that many comments, just 3, 4. I think one video has 10 comments, so your chances of winning these sleeves is still pretty good, and you get 1 entry per comment on each of the videos. So if you go back and you comment once on the Sunday video, you get 1 entry. On the Monday video, 1 entry. Of course, only 1 per video, but still it's a total of 5 entries into the contest. I will be taking the weekend off, and then on Monday coming back for 1 more video. I will announce the winner, play something, and wrap up this little giveaway. Anyways, thanks. Let's jump into some games and see how Bant Flying can perform in Historic. See you then. Okay, Bant Flyers in Historic best of 3. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know about this one. It's a deck that I thought I've wanted to try for a long time, had my eye on it, but I just am not overly sure about the deck. Put that Hollow Fountain in tapped and pass over the opponent. Opponent is on a Lurrus deck. Could be Rakdos. Love that. Love it. I swear, my collected company, if I have a collected company or if I'm playing a collected company deck, I feel like I get to play like 1 in 10 collected companies. Either my deck doesn't give me the proper lands for it, or it just seems so inevitable. You have a collected company in your opening hand, your opponent has turn 1 Thoughtseize. It's so predictable. I bet on it. Oh, what can you do? So yeah, this deck, I'm not 100% sold on it yet. I got to play it out a lot more. One thing that's weird about this deck, because it is a net deck, I did peel it off of Goldfish lists. It doesn't play Skyclave Apparition main deck, and I think that is quite a mistake. So maybe some tuning to my liking will happen in the future. But yeah, kind of where I'm at with this deck after kind of looking at it, playing a few practice matches, I'm starting to think like, why not just play Angels? You know, with the Angels, you get a similar idea. You're building up a good Air Force, but you get the added benefit of pump, life gain, and creature generation because you're making a whole bunch of 4/4 Angels. Bounce the young Pyromancer before it can do anything. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking with this deck. Why do I want to play this deck over the Angels deck? And then when you look at spirits, especially modern spirits, you know, they have things. They have tons of lords. The deck is playing 8 lords, and it's playing clones as well. So you get even more. Ooh, opponent having trouble over there. Yep, so that leaves me in a position where I'm kind of thinking a deck like this in Historic might just not be good enough. It might be like a B level or even, you know, a tier 2 or 2.5 type deck that just doesn't have enough gas to justify playing it, especially for the amount of rares that are needed to build the deck. The rares are good rares, like Archon of Emeria, Skyclave Apparition. You're going to want to have those rares in your collection for the most part. But if you don't, can you justify building this deck? I'm not sure. Archon of Emeria, really cool. It does stop the Claim the Firstborn plus Village Rights combo. Kroxa, okay, so he gets our Linvala. Sure. We got a Pixie. Well, I like attacking him for 6 here. And then, honestly, just holding up the Brazen Borrower, giving, you know, if he kills everything, I can give everything... Sorry, if he tries to kill things or target things, I can give them Hexproof or Indestructible with Linvala, and then put out the Brazen Borrower, represent enough damage. Oh, he gains 1, right. I forgot. Archfiend's Vessel has lifelink. Of course it has lifelink. Okay, still gonna flash this out. Opponent seems to be struggling a little bit over there. Deck is not operating how he would like it, I'm sure. He probably has a removal spell. That's what I gotta assume he was holding up. Bedevil, sure. Okay. Sure. Another Archon. I'm just gonna play out the Archon. Yeah, pass. Okay. See if the opponent has something big. He doesn't have a board wipe or anything. Yeah, I didn't think he really had anything he could do. Okay, so we have obviously Rest in Peace to bring in. We have Skyclaves to bring in. Is your Sharn worth bringing in? It does stop. Yeah, I like it. I don't particularly care for Spell Pierce in this matchup, and Spectral Sailor a little bit weak. Maybe shave a couple Pixies. Verdane seems pretty good in this matchup. So is the Sunwing. Yeah, maybe just trim our low end. All right, see how it goes. But yeah, maybe this deck will surprise me. Maybe it'll perform a lot better than I'm giving it credit. Just something about it feels off, and I don't know. Just a fun one to play to wrap up the week. All right, opponent took a little bit of time with his sideboarding there, but here we go into game number 2. Okay, don't have green mana and only 2 mana, which is a little hurtin', but I think it's kind of good enough. Good old turn 1 Thoughtseize, my favorite. Opponent's really taking his time with his decisions lately. Alright, so put that in tapped and pass it back. Scared of the Sky Cat Sovereign, eh? What a cute guy. Dread Horde Arcanist, very bad for us. I wonder if I should bounce it. He is just thought seizing, it's not that big a deal. So do I want to get on the board or do I want to bounce it? I'm gonna get on the board. Might end up regretting that one. This card, pretty great when you don't have removal for it, obviously. Getting double value out of your sorceries. Oh, long week of Magic though. Little bit burned out myself. It has been a week. Lots and lots of MTGA and probably too much MTGA for me. Putting out 5 videos in 1 week of just MTGA is not something I want to be doing, I think. But I did say I would do it for the contest, so that's where I'm at. Opponent, holy moly, my friend. Well, on the plus side, he's done 6 damage to himself. But yeah, next week, definitely going to head on over to MTGO for a little bit, play some Modern, something that's going to feel a little bit warmer and cozier, especially Historic, feeling awfully hostile. Oh, opponent not doing much over there. Standard feels good though. I like where Standard's at. No point in holding that. But Historic, there are a lot of decks that are very, very mean. And yeah. Ooh. That's a win for us. Cool. That's surprising. Take down Rakdos Sacrifice or Rakdos Lurrus. Pretty awesome. So maybe there's something to this deck. Next one. Right, more Bant Flying in Historic, played against Rakdos Lurrus last game and did all right. However, I do think a lot of that game came down to the opponent not exactly having the best of luck with his hands. And he also did 6 damage. 6 damage, or was it 8 damage in total? I think it was 8 in the end to himself in game 2. So Thoughtseize, pretty cool card until you start punching yourself in the face a little bit too hard. Opponent on another Lurrus deck. Lurrus everywhere. Ooh, hooray. So, I think I kind of want to put out the Pixie and try to look at like the turn 2 Collected Company if possible. If not possible, I could also try to go Watcher of the Spheres and then with the discount Archon of Emeria. We'll see. Okay, so it looks like it's open for me to Coco. Did he hit 2 Cocos? Yeah. Alright, while we're doing this, yeah, I think this is fine. Put out a Watcher, put out an Archon, slow the opponent down a bit. love to beat some Dimir rogues. Nope. He's got the removal spell for the Archon, which is fine. We have follow-up Archon. Okay, so he managed to hit 3 of my collected company. That is a lot of action. That tells me we're due for a few lands coming up. And he gets in for a solid 6. So that's how this is going to go, isn't it? If this doesn't resolve, I'll be in a tight spot. Okay. Well, Archon. Hopefully no, like, Quench or some lame counter spell. Okay. Journal Lock. Sure. I don't think I'm blocking, so I may as well hit him. Yeah. 2 Thought Thieves are pretty good against my deck. Being 3/3s, it's really hard. Again, I come back to that idea that I don't have Lords in the deck, so it makes things a little bit harder. As soon as our opponent has some resistance in the air, it's really hard to do anything. Good news is this Sovereign's going to be quite the blocker. Yeah, let's get in for 13. Try to get in for 13. That is. He might have removal for the Eagle. He does. Another Tyrant's Scorn. Haven't seen that card being played much, but it is definitely good. Opponent down to 5, but we are out of gas. All of our Cocos are gone. He's just passing. Passing through combat, that is. Put Lurrus in your hand. Come on, put Lurrus in your hand. Oh. Okay. So is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. Blocks. No, he's not dead, but he'll lose 1 Thief. We'll have to trade something, bring him down to 1. I think it's worth it to attack him. Although he puts out the Lurrus and then he... Yeah. Let's bluff the Coco. If only we drew literally anything but a land. Yeah, maybe attack there was not the best because of the Lurrus. You know, at least it's stopping him from attacking, and we have that. So that's not the worst because at least we can flash it in and then draw a card off of it. Although, is he going to attack with the Lurrus? Maybe. Yeah. I think I got to block. Get Lurrus off the battlefield. He's up to 4 life. We got to hit something off this Spectral Sailor. He might counter it though. The draw is very valuable and I think worth countering. Jolly Sunwing. Well, that's good. We can Sunwing and still draw with the Sailor. Need to find another Eagle. Perhaps that attack a couple of turns ago was too loose. Maybe I should have held back. Getting feisty, eh? Sure. Oh man, he's milling good cards. Take 3. Down to 5. I would love a non-land card. Ugh, what a spot. Well, we can make some 4/4 angels next turn. Spectre Sailor doing tons of work for us. This game would have been long over without that. Oh. Nice. He wasn't dead. He didn't have to concede there. But, sweet. Hey, Amiria's call, apparently, coming in for the win. I don't hate that. Got to imagine I want Skyclaves. Probably only Skyclaves. I don't like that. And I don't know if I particularly like the Pixie. Sure. Something like this. That was a bit of a weird game. I don't know. Yeah, weird one. Hey, 2 Skyclaves and a Coco in the opening. Hand's looking good. If we can dodge hand disruption. Opponent mulliganing over there. Island for the opponent into a Wind Robber. And we find another Coco, so we definitely want to find that 4th land. Obviously. Well, we don't find the 4th land, but we find a Watcher. Yeah, Watcher. 2/2 stat line, better than 1/1 against 2 1/1s. I like this art. She's got a perfectly good sword there, and she's messing around with a branch. Oh, I'm 100% blocking that, right? Yeah. Of course. Good news is we can Skyclave the Wind Robber. Opponent down, and we find our Hinterland Harbor. Down to 2 cards, 3 cards now with the draw. Okay position. Oh, he puts the Lurrus in hand. Nice, nice. Well, I'm going to main face Coco. And we hit Double Lord? Yeah. Of course, the Skyclaves don't have flying because they're grounded spirits apparently, and maybe one of the reasons why it's not in the main deck is because of that. I don't know. So I think this turn is probably Skyclave the Lurrus and then play out the Sky Sovereign. Yeah, get in for 3. Okay, opponent down to 13. We have a good board, and he's going to need something big. Something real big. Thoughtseize pretty good. That was a fast Coco take, but he did do a little bit of damage to himself in the process. That would be an ambitious attack. Okay, opponent wraps it up. Hey, beating Rogues 2-0. Again, opponent struggling a little bit in this second game, but maybe there's something to this flying deck. We'll see. I'm going to go play a couple more. See you in the next one. Alright. More of this Bant Flying stuff. Just beat Dimir Rogues, so... Hey, if it can beat that deck, maybe it's okay. Again, no green mana if we draw a Coco, but maybe it's okay. Lead out on the island. There's a forest. Hey, maybe we're playing against mono green. It's been a long time since I've seen a green Stompy deck. Yeah, let's just get on the board with a couple of Skycat Sovereigns. Attack in for 2, and then... yeah, we find a Lord, we'd really be putting out a lot of damage. Opponent with the Steel Leaf Champion. Hey! What do you know? 8 damage on you. Representing lethal in the air next turn. This would... wow. Look at this. Oh, for opponent. Yeah. Wait. Well, Spell Pierce, again, not going to do anything. Coming out of the main board very often in this deck. I want the Sky Clays, I think. And I think it's just the Spectral Sailors, our draw engine. Maybe it's wrong to be taking them out, but especially against mono green, I think it's going to be okay. A little bit slow, but we do have a bounce, so maybe we can put back a Steely Champion from the opponent. Okay, lead on the breeding pool. Let's see if he has the turn 2 Steel Leaf. He doesn't. He missed his land. Oh, opponent, I'm so sorry. No, he had it. Okay, we find our land. So I think I'm going to be bouncing whatever big thing he puts down. Maybe a Questing Beast or the Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, okay. Old Pelt Collector, sure. So opponent having a much better start. Gonna get in for 1. I really need to find a Coco. Opponent with all the fancy. This must be his deck. A fancy Eldraine basics. This guy, I like this guy's style. Nice. All right. Hey, that's a good draw. Okay. I don't know if I want to scoop up the Lovestruck Beast or the Pelt Collectors. Probably the Lovestruck Beast. Right? But the Pelt collectors are going to get out of control very quickly. Hits the Coco, finds only a... oh, opponent. Opponent's struggling over there. Unfortunately, we are also struggling. Things are... the lands are not lining up well. Well, next turn we can go both Sunwing into Eagle. It's fine. Gonna hold up. No reason to attack yet. Did I put in the Plains this turn? That was, if that's the land I put in, should have put in the breeding pool, of course. This Growth Chamber Guardian. Gonna do a lot for him if he keeps adapting it. He can put up the second one if he wants. Oh, Primal Bite. Alright, take 5. I like that better. Do I just put them all out? Yeah. Let's start putting some damage on him. Hopefully we can fly over him and beat his face in before he can muster anything. That's real good. Oh no. Take our 4. Alright, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 damage. He's at an effective 21 life. I'm at 8. If I put in the shield, it'll reduce his damage by quite a bit. But not enough to survive. Well, maybe it's enough to survive. I think that's the play, is to put this in. And then I think I put her out now to get that extra point of damage from the Watcher. And I attack for 10. So I attack for 10. He'll be down to 9, effectively 11 with the Great Henge. Is it better to attack like that, maybe? Attack for 9. 12 life. Okay. Let's see. If he has another Primal Might, something like that, things can get real iffy. If he has ways to pump up the Pellet Collectors twice, equally iffy. The Skyclave is probably going to jump under something almost no matter what. Oh no, does that give something a reach?
Vengeance, and I'm coming for you next. With my aim and their claws, you're done.
That was lucky. So we need a Lord. Well, yeah, Vivian for the win, right?
I will not go extinct.
Drew the land. Too bad. Coco off the top. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do, right? Oh, I can't even block it with that one, right? No reason to block. Let's do it anyways. I love seeing Ronus. I like this guy, has so much style. I am very much in favor of this person's deck. Yeah, very, very, very cool. The way he's, you know, the way the opponent's playing out their cards, does it justify Doomscar? Maybe we go even slower. We just put out a Doomscar. Take out a couple pixies. Sure. Play first. No Doomscar. No, that's pretty slow. All right. Pretty slow. It might not be good enough. Keep. Opponent doing some mulliganing. Okay, going down to 6. Sure. Save a little bit of life. There's no reason to hold up the borrower. I did not know you could get full art, parallax art of the basic lands. That's super cool. Okay, put out a Watcher. What? What? Get out of here. Get out of here with that. I'm insulted. Just run afoul. Man, having the Watcher out this turn would have been pretty bonkers. Unfortunately, everything a little bit awkward. 3. This is another problem that these kind of Coco decks run into. You can't double spell very easily. Do I just put out a creature and take... Yeah, maybe just take a little bit of damage. That's fine. Next turn we can put out, hopefully draw a land, then we can put out Redain or the Eagle, and then hold up the Brazen Borrower. Here, we have a land. I mean, what am I saying? Probably should have put this out. Big brain. It's Friday. It's been a long week, like I said. Ooh, baby. Well, we hit the Coco, so now I guess it's Coco time, right? Not blocking with that. We might just get beat by 2 Steel Leaf champions. It's gonna be rough. Gotta try it. Come on. Well, make sure they're targeting the proper ones. Yeah, that's one way to. Oh my goodness. So. Wow. I'm gonna put out Redain first. See if his Cocos were as good as ours. Oh, not bad. Don't think there are many creatures now. Well, that feels pretty good. All right. Finally, a Coco worth hitting, and that really spun the game for us. Yeah, let's play one more with this Bant Flyers deck, and then we'll go and talk about it. Okay, one more with Bant Flyers. Just took down Mono Green Stompy in a bit of a close match. Coco really coming through, and the Skyclave Apparitions, again, not in the main board, but after putting them in, showing that they are, in fact, the all-stars of any deck they're in. There's no reason not to play those in the main. I don't know why anybody wouldn't. So we're up against Lurrus, and it's kind of looking like it is a Lurrus Auras deck, which might be a little bit too explosive for my deck. We have no way to deal with that in the main board, so I think it's just a race. So I want to put out the Pixie so I can turn 3 Coco. There, and here it goes. Here's where this Core Spirit Dancer ruins our day. The cool thing is, Archon of Emeria, very good against their deck. Which, you know, there's arguments for just putting out the Archon of Emeria here. I think it's still better to Coco. Alright. And I think I want to Coco now. Okay. So take a Lord, take the Sunwing. The Sunwing's not really going to do too much against them, but still okay to have on the field. Next turn, I think it's definitely going to be the Archon. Oh. Okay. So, Spectral Sailor first. Although I could have flashed that in on his turn. Maybe that's what I should have done. And suddenly my position, I feel okay about this position. Yeah, let's get in for 5. So what do we got on board? We got 13 damage on board. We can put out an Empyrean Eagle, taking that up to 18. Hang on, is that... I gotta count that one more time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. What? All right. I did not see that one coming. Okay, Skyclaves. Why? You just gotta be in the main. There's the typical change. I gotta look at the sideboard a little bit. Again, I didn't make any changes to this deck before I just started. I started playing it today. I just kind of scooped it off Goldfish and thought I'd slam some games with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good looking hand. That's kind. I think that's what you see this every game, and you have a very good chance of taking the match. Opponent mulliganing again. I really like this Lurrus enchantment deck or auras deck. I want to play more of it myself. So we'll put out the breeding pool next turn. Sunpetal Grove into the Sovereign, and then we can decide if we want to Skyclave. Probably Skyclave now. Huh. I might want to bounce the sudden Spirit Dancer first. I'm going to do it now while he doesn't have protection with the Life's Bounty. Yeah. Change my mind. Need the 4th land. Okay. So, Archon of Emeria. Slow down the opponent's draw with the core Spirit Dancer. Shram? Sure. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. What do we do now? I think I kind of have to... I have to bounce... Try to bounce the SRAM. And then he's probably going to give a protection from the Life's Bounty. But I have to get rid of that Life's Bounty. So I think that's... It's fine to throw away the Borrower. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay. No attack. Not yet. Baffling End. Pretty good. Does he have follow-up? He has the follow-up. Ooh, hoo, hoo. And here's where his deck just pops off. Gonna get in for 5 minimum. Could be a lot more. Yeah. This SRAM plus Core Spirit Dancer on the field are quite the force. And we miss. Alright. So, it's gotta be... I gotta try to take the Spirit Dancer. Slow him down a little bit. And... he has the blessing. Okay. So this time it kind of worked out for him. Our opponent, I should say. Last game was definitely in our favor, but not hitting the 4th land for a couple of turns in a row. Yeah. Now, I don't know if there's anything I can really do. I can die. Is what I can do. Yeah. Okie dokie. And that's why that SRAM Lurrus Auras deck is super powerful. Well, we get a game 3. Try it. See if we can have a real happy ending to this video. Okie doke. So we get to play first, and it's not quite good enough. I'd consider it if we had a blue source. Yeah, it's a better looking hand. I guess we throw away the Pixie, lead on the Temple Garden, and hope the opponent doesn't have... Ooh, he's mulliganing hard. Hope the opponent doesn't have a turn 1 Life's Bounty. That card really screws me. He went down to 4. Okay. The opponent went down to 4. Working on it. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. I just didn't even look at the lands. Okay. Hushbringer to ruin everything. Okay. Core Spirit Dancer, sure. With the Arcane Flight. So, yeah. I really wish I didn't mess that up, but I'm not sure if it's gonna... I'm not sure it's gonna matter. So we do this. We can't get in this turn. End step, I'm going to bounce the Hushbringer and then try to Skyclave the Spirit Dancer. Gonna take a little bit of a hit here. And he's drawing a lot of cards, which... That's not where I want to be, but that's fine. At least he's not gaining any life. SRAM. Okay. Well, we still have to go with this plan of bounce the Hushbringer, Skyclave, because I got to get rid of Spirit Dancer. Tapping my mana a little weird, but that's fine. We can flash in the Brazen Borrower later. Hushbringer is one heck of a card. Let's just hope this is not an enchantment. Okay, it's not. So, he's going to put out the Lurrus. They're going to put out the Lurrus and have access to a lot of, well, not a lot, but a pretty good amount of card draw. Okay. I think I attack all. The opponent might be willing to put SRAM under the Skyclave because he knows he has a Lurrus, but I'm super fine if he goes Lurrus into SRAM next turn. The opponent going down to 4 and putting this kind of resistance up. Again, I know I really messed up with the Sunpetal Grove, not putting out the Hinterland Harbor before it, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty fair. All right, so the Sunwing could help quite a bit, and we'll put out the Pixie as well and just represent a very good board. The opponent has to do something huge to be able to stay in this game. Does have access to Arcane Flight in the grave if he puts out the Lurrus. They put out the Lurrus. Get nervous. All the glitters, okay. Not a bad card whatsoever because of the lifelink on the Hushbringer. Okay. Pull it off. Let's go to a wrap-up. All right. Bant Flying. It's cool. It performed fairly well, but I think a lot of our wins came from the opponent kind of stumbling. And again, I still think if you want to play a more powerful in the air type deck, you're better off just playing Angels. That being said, this deck has access to a lot of just hate cards straight out of the gate. Archon of Emeria, just an all-star card. It's going to prevent both players from playing more than one card a turn, which in Historic can be a huge thing. Non-basic lands entering tapped came into play a couple of times. Don't count that ability out. Kinjali Sunwing didn't really come into effect in the games that I played today. However, I do believe the opponent's creatures coming in tapped can have a pretty big effect on things. Redain was quite the lightning rod for the opponent. I found the Protector Shield in testing. I can't remember when I played it out, but it did do pretty good at times. And then Redain on her own can slow down the opponent's, the opponent playing out a Coco, playing out board wipes. Yeah, pretty powerful. Brazen Borer, you know the card's been around forever. It's annoying. You hate it. Empyrean Eagle, all of our things are flying, so this is the best lord for the deck, and it can make things big. However, I did find a couple of times that our creatures were just, even with an Empyrean Eagle on the board, a little too small. I wish the deck could have another 4 lords. Of course, we could play the enchantment that gives +1/+1 to all creatures with flying, but I don't know if that is a fit. Maybe it could be. It's something to look into. Linvala, definitely an all-star. It doesn't matter what deck you put her into. She is great. And then quite a bit of power from both the Watcher and the Sky Sovereign Cat, or Sky Cat Sovereign. They both get very big very quickly. Of course, the Sky Cat stays big for a while, but the Watcher with the discount is very helpful as a utility creature, and then when you're putting in a lot of creatures, it gets very big. Impressed with the Pixie because, well, turn 3 Cocos are very good, as I talked about, and then even the Spectral Sailor in that one game showed that drawing cards later on can really help you sustain kind of a grindier match. I did find myself taking this card out more often than not, though, so it's something to look into. And then Spell Pierce in the main, I'm not sure if it came up. I think it came up once. Maybe it should be there. It's all matchup dependent. You're going to run into heavier control games, where this is more valuable. It just, in the games that I played, didn't really show up. The real question, though, is why is Skyclave Apparition in the sideboard? Of course, it doesn't fly. I get it. However, it's the best card in white. You got to play it in the main, especially if you're playing Coco. That game where I took both the champions, whatever that card's called, Steel Leaf Champions. That's it. Total blowout, just because I had Skyclaves in the deck with Collected Company. Otherwise, I think the deck's pretty solid. The problem with it is, again, lots of rares. Rare, mythic, rare. If you would want to craft this deck, you're looking at probably like 40 plus rares, and that's a heavy fee for a deck that I think just kind of gets outclassed by other things. So it's cool. You like flying, you like Bant. Maybe take a look at it and try it out for yourself. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Make sure you comment below. Last chance to get in for the contest for these sleeves. I will be doing that draw on Monday. Everybody take care, have a great weekend, and see you next time.